right, we're gonna go right back to the VIP hotline and bring in family, bring in one of my guys, and bring in not only one of my guys, but a guy that's doing really big things in the community in Stark County, in Summit County, Cuyahoga County. Patrick Allen, who is the CEO, creator, director of Taking the Crown Basketball League. They're having their draft for the basketball players in their draft coming up Monday, 6 p.m. at the Martin Center. So if you guys, if you know anybody that's available that wants to play basketball, that maybe not made their team, that might, have been ineligible or went through some stuff and not been able to play, this is a league that's giving people opportunities, second chances, and an opportunity to go out and compete at a high level with a lot of other players that may be going to college and doing other things. So I'm really excited to bring him in on the VIP line, G Bush Live. Patrick, how you doing today, man?
I'm good, cuz. It's fun and good to be on the show, man.
What's up? Man, listen, man. It's an honor. You've been doing this. You haven't been just doing this just today or last week. Tell us how long you've been really building up, Taking the Crown Basketball League, and how did that all start?
We've been going strong since 2016. So originally we started at Duber Church, moved from Duber Church to Salvation Army, and now we're at the Martin Center. Originally we started, for my job, I work with at-risk youth. So one of the things I found a common interest is basketball. So what I was doing was kids that get locked up or go to jail, I would go and hoop with them, like in my own time after work, a couple days a week, and we kind of made it a thing. So like the staff would come out and watch us. We brought jerseys, we brought a scoreboard, so it was a big thing for them. And they didn't want it to stop there. So as they moved out of jail or out of these facilities, they was like, well, we still want to play. We still want to get with you, play, and things of that sort. So it was like, well, let me see what I can do. So, I just kind of felt around, see who was doing what, took a couple meetings, and the visions kind of didn't line up with what I wanted to try to do. So I just decided to start my own. So Taking the Crown happened.
I think it's really important to have some of these leagues around, to have some of these outlets, because we were talking off air, and I was just talking to you, reminiscing about back in the day. I used to play down at the Southeast Community Center in Canton, Ohio, the Urban League. And Urban League every single summer used to have this league, and it wasn't just high school teams, right? You may get your high school team that's in the summer that's playing Nike League or Adidas League or traveling squads, and they would come up with a squad and they would come down to the Urban League and join. But it would be from Alliance, it'd be from Cleveland, it'd be from Akron, a lot of Akron teams. But then you would have guys that just played on the playground, guys that was just really talented dudes that just went from playground to playground doing pickup games that were like neighborhood legends that really had game, but for some reason couldn't do it. And I just remember how dope that experience was and how energetic the crowds was. I remember going to a championship game and seeing almost as many people at that community center game than at my regular McKinley High School basketball games. And the energy was just different. What you're bringing to the table, is that kind of some of the stuff that you're thinking about when you're trying to create Taking the Crown?
Yes. We have a lot of guys who, for some reason or another may have trouble academically or just trouble staying in school or go to alternative schools. So this is their opportunity to showcase their skills and just put on a show, so to speak. So this go around, or this year, we've kind of expanded. We've added a team from North Canton that'll be our own team. Hopefully in the future, we'll be adding teams from Akron. But we want to make this as big as possible. We got a guy commentating the game. We'll be having interviews before games, after games. We'll have player of the week. We got a fully stocked concession stand doing chicken wings and fries. So we'll be having raffles. it's really a good time, man. Just trying to put something positive in the community, but also doing something a little different. We've even taken kids on college visits, showing them that this could be a route or opportunity for them to take it to the next level.
I love that, because there's so many different people that, for whatever reason, whether it's coaching, whether it's politics, whatever the case may be, people don't get an opportunity to showcase their talents. People don't understand how hard it is to make a high school basketball team. Usually, generally speaking, if you start in ninth grade, and the people who make the team in ninth grade and are in the system, they're generally going to make it the 10th, 11th, and 12th. How do you break through that roster? It's only 12 people on the team, 15 if you're a really, really big team. So think about, how do you go from saying, hey, I may have been ineligible my freshman year, or I may have been injured my freshman year, or, the coach really wasn't messing with me the first year, and I'm done now. So I can't play basketball at all. So how do I have an opportunity to kind of extend my dream? What type of what type of perspective do you have for kids that want to maybe go to college, or see what's next, and how can they take advantage of that at taking the crown?
Well, I think our approach is always about relationship. One of the things me and Zach pride ourselves on is building a connection or relationship with these kids. We care more than just about basketball. We care about your well-being, care about what goes on at home. So more than anything, you'll build that relationship. And if you're serious, we'll go from there. So just like I said about the college visits, we made that happen. We visited Mount Union, Malone, and we have a couple more on the radar. So we have connections with college coaches that can come. I mean, it can open the door for so much more. We just have to get them serious, and then also academically as well. So it just depends on kids. It really do.
That's a huge thing. I think, and full disclosure, me and you grew up together, right?
Uh-huh.
And when we came up, it was, playing sports was like breathing air. It was
Right.
like, if you couldn't, how it was. Like, you used to live across the street from
Right.
where we was at, and so basically, the rules. Our moms would be like, "Hey, you ain't go to school, you can't be outside."
No.
I'm like, man, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we cousins. Like we be like, hey, you ain't go to school. Patrick had the basketball court at his house, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we ready to go. So we had his house. There was a two dudes that lived right next to him, Josh and Justin. They was twins, had a basketball court. Then there was a
Right.
dude named Derek Humes that was down the way, had a basketball court, but he even had, he was to do, well to do. He had the NBA Jam net chains. His nets was chains, bro. Used to hit a jumper, and it'd be like, shh. I'm like, oh, this guy is crazy. But you know how it was. You didn't go to school. You wasn't going out. And so we was like, yeah, I might want to go to school today because I'm trying to hoop. I'm trying to play football in the street. I'm trying to do anything. But now you don't see, it hurts my soul to go drive on nice days and see playgrounds naked, empty, done.
Well,
What's your thoughts on why that's dissipated so much in our communities?
I think what it is, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I feel like, even with my caseload, there's not many two-parent homes. I think that is a huge issue in our community. So a lot of times you have single parents who work. So it's hard for you to go support your kid, even if they're doing something positive. It's hard to be there in the stands for them when you got to do this, and this. And most of these kids have siblings who they got to take care of or help take care of or things of that sort. So, I mean, for me, it's always about filling the stands, regardless if it's family or not. I'm trying to fill those stands for those kids to make them feel appreciated, give them something to care about, because they feel like if you don't care, why should I care? Even though it's your future and they're trying to pursue basketball, if you don't care or trying to put any effort in me, I'm not gonna care. So
You know, you guys are I think one of the great things, and shout out to my other cousin Zach. He was going to be on, but he had to make a move in Columbus. So shout out to him. You know, he's been putting up videos and different things. You know, on the internet, on Facebook, showing the turnout. And you guys have had a really nice turnout in terms of your open gyms, in terms of having guys come through. You know, I was just really so surprised and pleasantly surprised and really excited to see you had that level of turnout at the open gyms. What do you think is one of the catalysts that is helping you get the attention of some of these youth that are getting guys in the door?
relationships, it was hard this go round because we've had guys been rocking with us for 5 years. Every time we've opened those doors for taking the crown, they've been there. And now they're grown. They're 20 and 21 years old, and they still want to be there with us. They still want to play because of the relationships we built. And it's hard trying to turn them away because, like, hey, you're too old. You gotta go in the young man league now. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, I think it's just who we are. Shout out to Zach too, our friend. I didn't mean to not mention him. He has helped tremendously. It's funny because I always knew he was family, but like we never rock. We didn't rock with Zach and Trent. You know what I mean? We was older, so it
Yeah,
was like
we
it was
like
always
we
the little
old, like we older, like we got them by at least 8 years, like a little bit, like you know what I'm saying?
So it was like, that's little cuz Zach. But once he came in, man, he been on board, and it's been good, man. I can't complain. It's even stretched out. I got other family that's involved, Cornell and
Shout out to
Trey.
Cornell, salute,
Um,
Cujo. Stop
yes,
stop bullying people, man. You got the security detail. You know, you cats out here, and the crazy part about it is I love the fact that you guys think about provisions. You know, a lot of times y'all think about people think, oh, it's at risk youth there. There may be people, oh, there's going to be some situations breaking down.
right,
You guys are taking steps and precautions to have security there, to always talk to the kids and make sure there's no drama going down. And so far everything is gone through smoothly. So that's also very impressive to have, and it's important to have African American youths and black people be able to come together without no
right.
problems, no issues, and everybody go home safe.
And that's our biggest thing. That's what we say. Everybody gonna make their home safe. Um, and we try to instill that. We have a wand. Don't get it twisted. You getting patted at the door. We got a wand. Like it's not like you just about to walk in there. You know what I'm saying? So safety is the huge issue and concern. When we first started, it was funny because we had gangs from all over the city coming. It was no issues. Like, the chief of probation had called me, like, man, do you realize who you have in your gym? And I'm like, yeah, I get it. He said, them guys will tear that place up. And they won't, because they respect us. So whatever beef or issue they had, they didn't bring it there. It was about basketball, and then whatever else was whatever else. They kept it basketball.
You know, I'm a big fan of competition, and we kind of talked about this a little bit. I'm a big fan of the Drew League. I'm a big fan of these leagues, the pro am leagues, where you get guys that from college, professional, former players, guys that played overseas, retired guys that just don't do anything. People don't understand. There's superstars like Frank Nitti, like what I'm saying, like dudes that is Drew League like
Legend.
legend. He like, yo, I'm an MVP. I get 40 a game. And it don't matter if James Harden show up. It don't matter if Kyrie Irving show up. That's cool for them. But here's the thing. I'm the MVP. I'm that guy.
Right.
And you even have celebrities like Game and a lot of other celebrities that join. So I'm really in competition, and I'm really into people going out there and working and being like, yo, you got to prove it. So what is your ultimate goal in terms of the league and how you want to have the competition and your thought process of how this thing can blossom, as far as playing other people, and what you want the league to be?
Well, first I want to start with our city, partnering with possibly the Jackson Y, North Canton Y, Babe Stearns Center. So all the places that have high school basketball leagues, whoever won those championships, we want that same team to be a part of our league. So ultimately, the goal would be whoever wins that during the playoffs or however setup we do it would be the best in the city. We talking about getting the big old trophy, the whole nine. So they would hold that trophy for that year or until we start back up. The idea is to be big and then travel. So then it goes from city to state. Who's the best in the state? Um, but just giving those guys an opportunity, because once we get on that level of taking it to the state, then we're doing things. Then that recognition comes in, and then these colleges will come in. Okay, well, what's this kid's situation? What? And then that's when we make their dreams reality.
I don't want to take up too much of your time, and I appreciate you, coming on talking about a program that I think is very pivotal, and I think we need more programs like this in our communities. If anybody's out there listening, right? If there's anybody out there that want to help, whether it be companies, whether it be individuals, whether it be a regular person that just wants to give donations, whether it's a person, a company that wants to provide jerseys, whether it's a company that wants to, just say, hey, we can provide meals, or we want to help you out in any way they possibly can. In what ways can they get in contact with you and potentially help you and move the process forward and helping a good cause?
You can call me directly, which is 330-412-1804. And then also we can be reached at takingthecrown@yahoo.com. We do have a 501c3. So if anybody is donating and want it as a tax write-off, we can do that too. So again, I can be reached 330-412-1804 or takingthecrown@yahoo.com.
See, let's talk about something too. That's big. See, I always try to talk about people being professional and people being upfront and being about business. There's a lot of people that will solicit and want donations and different things like that, but they don't put in that work to make sure you can get tax exemptions, to make sure everything is zipped up and tied up. So if you are out there and you do want to give donations, and you are a person that's a philanthropist, and you do want to, donate to certain causes, this is an opportunity for you to do so and still get your tax write-off and still be able to do that. Everything on the up and up and legit. So that's a great way. One last thing, promote and talk about what your draft is coming up Monday. And is it too late for kids that want to get involved, that maybe, just hearing about it off the show, just hearing about it? How can they get involved, and what's the process if they just now hearing about it?
No, it is not too late. My biggest thing is just show up. If you show up with a parent, we can just have them sign the permission slip on the spot. On the spot, we'll have a light open gym just for the coaches to see the kids one more time, and then we'll do a draft. We normally feed the kids, have pizza after the draft. We make it a big event. So we do provide, and that's one thing, we do provide jersey and shorts. So literally all the kids have to do is show up. Everything is for free. And we just ask that you be respectful. But the draft is tomorrow, Monday, 6 o'clock at the Martin Center. And it's not too late. It's never too late.
Age groups. What's the age range eligible to participate in taking the crown?
14 to 19. We dropped down. We had a couple of kids who wanted to join, so we dropped the age down to 14. Originally, it was 15 to 18, and then we moved it to 19 just because some kids are graduating at 19. So we kind of leave that door open. But anything after that, even if you like 19 and you turn 20 this month, you wouldn't be able to play. So you would have to be 19 during the whole duration of the season, which the season is 8 games. We have playoffs, which is best out of 3. And then we go from there.
Salute, my brother. Salute, my brother. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Taking the crown. If you are, once again, you're a kid, you didn't get an opportunity, you're thinking about doing something. If you're a parent and you want your kid to get in something, you want them to get in extracurricular, you want them to have something positive, you want them to be around other people, showing black males how to be black males and how to be productive in society and staying out of trouble. This is an opportunity and place for you to be. Thank you again so much for coming on G Bush Live. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right.